What if I told you that everything you believe about reality, everything you think is possible or impossible, is just an illusion? That the life you're living right now isn't based on fate, luck, or even hard work, but on something hidden, something shaping your every decision without you even realizing it. Most people go through life trapped in a three-dimensional mindset, thinking that the world is simply what they can see, hear, and touch. They wake up, go to work, pay their bills, and repeat the cycle, never questioning why things happen the way they do. But here's the truth. Your reality is not fixed. The only reason you feel stuck, the only reason you haven't reached the success, happiness, or freedom you desire, is because you've been conditioned to see life in a limited way. You are operating under invisible rules, rules that were never yours to begin with. But once you learn how to break free, everything changes. There's a reason some people seem to attract success effortlessly, while others struggle their entire lives. It's not intelligence, it's not luck, it's not even hard work, it's perception. The way you think about yourself, the world, and your future dictates what actually happens in your life. You don't experience reality as it is. You experience reality as you are. That's why two people can face the exact same challenge. One sees an opportunity, while the other sees failure. It's why some people always seem to be at the right place at the right time, while others always seem to fall short. Their internal world, their beliefs, expectations, and subconscious programming are shaping what they experience. Here's the mind-blowing part. What if I told you that the future already exists, but in multiple forms, and that the version of your life you end up living is completely dependent on which one you choose to believe in? Most people don't realize this, but the way you think literally bends time, shapes outcomes, and controls the reality you step into. This isn't fantasy. It's how your brain, energy, and subconscious mind actually work. So why do most people stay stuck? Because they don't know they are being controlled by something hidden. Their old mental programming, built from childhood, shaped by society, reinforced by fear. The illusion of the physical world, convincing them that what they see is all there is. The belief that change is hard or takes a long time, when in reality, it can happen instantly. But here's the truth. The moment you shift your perception, the moment you see beyond the limitations you've been conditioned to accept, your entire reality starts to shift with you. By the end of this video, you will learn how to break free from the invisible barriers that have been holding you back and step into a reality where you are in control. Because once you understand this, you will never look at life the same way again. So stay with me until the end, because what I'm about to share will change the way you see yourself, your potential, and your future. Forever. Think about this for a moment. Everything you've ever achieved, everything you've ever failed at, every single event that had shaped your life up until this point, none of it was random. It was all a direct reflection of your thoughts, beliefs, and subconscious programming. Your brain is not just a processor of information. It is a projection machine. It takes what you believe to be true and projects it onto your external world, shaping the experiences, opportunities, and even the obstacles you encounter. Most people don't realize this, but your thoughts are not passive. They are actively constructing the reality you live in. This is why two people can go through the exact same situation and have completely different outcomes. One person sees an opportunity and takes action. The other sees a dead end and gives up. The difference is not in the situation, it's in the perception. There's a psychological principle that explains this: confirmation bias. Your mind is constantly filtering reality to fit the beliefs you already hold. If you believe you are lucky, you will subconsciously notice opportunities that confirm that belief. If you believe you are doomed to fail, your brain will highlight every obstacle, every rejection, every setback, reinforcing the idea that success is impossible for you. You are not seeing the world as it is. You are seeing the world as you are. And the most dangerous part? Most of this happens below the surface in the subconscious mind. 95% of your thoughts, actions, and decisions are controlled by your subconscious programming. Patterns that were created years ago, shaped by your upbringing, your environment, and past experiences. These programs dictate how much money you believe you can make, what kind of relationships you attract, and how much success you think you deserve. The reason most people struggle in life is that they are stuck in an outdated mental program. They are trying to change their reality while running on old beliefs, old fears, and old limitations. It's like trying to update a smartphone, but refusing to install the new software. But here's the good news. Just like a computer program can be rewritten, your subconscious programming can be rewritten too. And once you change the way you think, once you shift your internal reality, your external reality will have no choice but to follow. Because your mind is not just a passive observer of the world. It is the architect of everything you experience. If your mind is constantly shaping your reality, the question becomes, how do you take control of the process? How do you shift your internal programming so that it starts working for you instead of against you? The answer is simple: visualization. Every high performer, from elite athletes to billionaires, understands one fundamental truth. Your brain cannot tell the difference between a real experience and one that is vividly imagined. This is not just a spiritual concept, it is a scientific fact. Studies have shown that when you imagine yourself performing an action, whether it's shooting a basketball, delivering a speech, or closing a business deal, the same neural pathways in your brain light up as if you were actually doing it. Your subconscious does not distinguish between reality and a deeply ingrained mental image. This is why visualization is one of the most powerful tools for transformation. Because when you visualize something consistently, your mind starts treating it as reality. It rewires your beliefs, influences your emotions, and changes the way you act in the real world. Over time, your thoughts shift from, "I hope this happens," to, "This is inevitable." And that is the moment your reality starts to change. So how do you do this effectively? First, define your new self-image. If your external world is a reflection of your internal world, then the fastest way to change your life is to change the way you see yourself. Instead of seeing yourself as someone who struggles, start seeing yourself as someone who is already successful, already confident, already in control. Second, practice mental rehearsal. Every day, spend a few minutes vividly imagining yourself living the life you want. Not as a vague wish, but as if it is already happening. If you want financial success, see yourself making powerful decisions, handling wealth with confidence. If you want to be healthier, imagine yourself full of energy, moving effortlessly. The clearer and more detailed your vision, the stronger its effect on your subconscious. Third, engage your emotions. The secret to effective visualization is not just seeing the image, it's feeling it. Your subconscious responds to emotion more than logic. When you visualize, bring in the feelings of excitement, gratitude, and certainty, as if the outcome is already yours. And finally, act as if it's inevitable. Your subconscious mind follows actions, not just thoughts. Every day, take at least one small step that aligns with your new self-image. The more you behave as if your success is already guaranteed, the faster your external world will shift to match it. This is not magic. It is how the mind works. And once you start applying this, once you begin to see the results for yourself, you will realize something profound. You were never just a participant in life. You were the creator all along. If changing your reality is as simple as shifting your self-image, why do most people never do it? Why do so many people stay trapped in the same cycles, repeating the same struggles year after year? Because the mind resists change. Your brain is designed for survival, not success. It doesn't care about your dreams, your ambitions, or your happiness. It only cares about keeping you safe. And that means keeping you in the familiar, even if the familiar is making you miserable. This is why most people self-sabotage right before a breakthrough. The moment you start to change, the moment you begin stepping into a new version of yourself, your old identity fights to survive. Your subconscious mind will throw everything at you to pull you back into the old version of yourself. It will flood you with doubts. It will make you feel unworthy. It will create resistance in the form of fear, procrastination, and even external obstacles. Not because it wants you to fail, but because it doesn't understand that you are evolving. This is why people start making progress and then suddenly stop. Why they feel motivated for a few weeks, then fall back into their old habits. It's not because they lack discipline. It's because they never rewired their identity. If deep down you still see yourself as the person who struggles, who isn't good enough, who always falls short, then no amount of effort will change your life. Because you will always return to what feels familiar. So how do you break this cycle? You have to push through the resistance. The moment you feel yourself slipping back, the moment fear, doubt, or self-sabotage creeps in, that is the exact moment you have to lean in harder. Most people see resistance as a stop sign. But in reality, resistance is a signal that change is happening. If you can move through that phase, if you can keep taking action despite the discomfort, you will rewire your brain. Your old identity will begin to fade, and your new self-image will take root. And once that happens, change is no longer temporary. It becomes permanent. Because the truth is, you are not fighting the world. You are not even fighting your circumstances. You are fighting the old version of yourself. And the moment you let go of who you were, you make space for who you are becoming. The moment you realize that your thoughts are shaping your future, the next step is to take control of them. But awareness alone is not enough. You have to reprogram your mind at the deepest level and align your actions with your new reality. Here's how you do it. First, start your day with visualization. Every morning, before the distractions of the world take over, take 5 minutes to mentally step into the future version of yourself. Close your eyes and imagine waking up in the life you want, feeling the confidence, the success, the freedom. The key is to make it real in your mind before it becomes real in your life. Second, rewrite your narrative. The way you talk about yourself shapes your identity. Stop reinforcing limiting beliefs through your words. Instead of saying, "I'm bad with money," say, "I'm learning how to manage my finances like a millionaire." Instead of, "I've always struggled with confidence," say, "I'm becoming the kind of person who walks into any room with certainty." Your subconscious takes everything you say as truth, so make sure you are telling it the right story. Third, take one aligned action every day. Most people wait until they feel ready before they take action. But that's not how change works. You don't wait until you're confident to start. You start, and confidence follows. Every day, do something, no matter how small, that aligns with your new self-image. If you see yourself as successful, what would a successful version of you do today? If you see yourself as healthy, what small decision can you make right now that reinforces that belief? And finally, detach from the outcome and trust the process. The biggest mistake people make is obsessing over how fast results are coming. If you plant a seed, you don't dig it up every day to check if it's growing. You water it, nurture it, and trust that over time, it will become exactly what it's meant to be. Your mind works the same way. The more you trust the process, the faster it unfolds. Because the truth is, transformation is not about waiting for the perfect moment. It's about stepping into your new reality right now, even before you feel ready. The moment you decide, everything changes. Most people spend their entire lives waiting. They wait for the right time, the right circumstances, the right opportunity. They tell themselves, once I have more money, I'll feel successful, or once I have more confidence, I'll go after what I really want. But that's not how change happens. Change doesn't come from external success. External success comes from internal change. You don't wait to feel confident. You act as if you already are, and confidence follows. You don't wait for opportunities. You train your mind to recognize them, and they start appearing everywhere. You don't wait for proof that you can succeed. You become the person who succeeds, and the proof will follow. Because reality is not something you react to, it's something you create. The people who transform their lives are not the ones who wait until they feel ready. They are the ones who make the decision first. Right now, in this moment, you have two choices. You can stay where you are, repeating the same patterns, living by the same beliefs, getting the same results. Or you can decide, right now, that you are done waiting, that you are stepping into a new version of yourself. Because once you make that decision, once you truly commit to seeing yourself differently, everything around you starts to shift. The opportunities, the people, the circumstances, your external world will begin to mirror the internal change you've made. So the question is, what will you choose? If you are ready to take control of your reality, to reprogram your mind, and to finally step into the life you were meant to live, start now. Not tomorrow, not next week, right now. Because the moment you decide, everything changes. Most people spend their entire lives waiting. They wait for the right time, the right circumstances, the right opportunity. They tell themselves, once I have more money, I'll feel successful, or once I have more confidence, I'll go after what I really want. But that's not how change happens. Change doesn't come from external success. External success comes from internal change. You don't wait to feel confident. You act as if you already are, and confidence follows. You don't wait for opportunities. You train your mind to recognize them, and they start appearing everywhere. You don't wait for proof that you can succeed. You become the person who succeeds, and the proof will follow. Because reality is not something you react to, it's something you create. The people who transform their lives are not the ones who wait until they feel ready. They are the ones who make the decision first. Right now, in this moment, you have two choices. You can stay where you are, repeating the same patterns, living by the same beliefs, getting the same results. Or you can decide, right now, that you are done waiting, that you are stepping into a new version of yourself. Because once you make that decision, once you truly commit to seeing yourself differently, everything around you starts to shift. The opportunities, the people, the circumstances, your external world will begin to mirror the internal change you've made. So the question is, what will you choose? If you are ready to take control of your reality, to reprogram your mind, and to finally step into the life you were meant to live, start now. Not tomorrow, not next week, right now. Because the moment you decide, everything changes.